Shirley Strawberry was on a phone call with her husband in this conversation, and there were a couple of other comments that she made that, has people questioning.
And right here and now, I want to apologize to you and Marjorie for what I said. As much as I wish I could, I can't take it back. I can't. I said it, and, I want to apologize.
Hey, you got to have somebody with you. Somebody climbed down in a hole with you, and she did that. But she kept telling me, Steve, keep your head up. Keep your head up. You did the right thing.
Hello there, fam. As more and more people are now becoming curious about the status of Steve Harvey and Marjorie's relationship, there are also tons of gossip accounts all over social media that are feeding the fans' curiosity. Well, that is something the couple should have expected to happen, considering that both are known individuals in the industry, especially Steve. Oh well, one conversation that had a lot of people talking is circulating online like wildfire. Names were dropped, but that is not the end of it all. Also, people are now divided on whose side they wanted to be on. Both Steve and Marjorie are being alleged of having an affair. Again, not surprising because both have gone through a couple of marriages and divorces as well. Additionally, the guys that Marjorie had been with are all questionable. On the other hand, one of Steve's ex-wives, Mary, had accused him of cheating on her multiple times. So really, there is a huge possibility that these two are being unfaithful towards each other. But besides all those cheating rumors, another thing in the family that fans are picking on is the likeliness of Marjorie controlling the whole household. Not only is she the one calling the shots, but she is also the one responsible for maintaining the motivational and positive brand that Steve is promoting. I bet that I'm not the only one wondering if their picture-perfect family photos and clips online are all real, or are they just some facade. This time, more are believing that everything was all planned, and thanks to Marjorie's meticulousness, Steve is always praising and adoring her on TV, but in reality, she is not the perfect wife to him. Of course, she wanted people to know that he is doing good by her side. But was that really the case? So, one insider that is close to Steve Harvey has decided to speak up about the matter.
You know what? They have Marjorie has her own spa, her own workout room.
Does she look old, though? Does she look like she's getting old?
No, I haven't seen her, but she looks good on her pictures.
She ain't there?
No, she's not there. If she was there, we probably wouldn't have been all over the house. Wouldn't have done it. No, he's scared.
Damn, sure right. God, what you say? He's scared. God.
I knew I wasn't supposed to be in there, but he brought us in, so I said, okay. But, I'm glad he did because it gives you a chance to choose.
Many people who have worked with Steve and met Marjorie probably have the same stories as this one. The difference is that fans and viewers do not usually pay attention to them. In this industry, it will only become such a huge deal if someone popular also touches on the topic. Luckily, the married couple is already in the spotlight because of Marjorie, so more people are gathering up the courage to share what it was like to be around Marjorie Harvey. To think that Steve was just struggling with his insurance career back then before he really decided to step into the world of comedy. It is clear that he had come so far from the life that he used to have. The girl that he was with then when he was just starting his career was also very different to the girl that he's with right now. If you've been watching and following Steve for a long time now, can you ever remember a time or an interview where he talks bad about Marjorie? Nope, he never did that. All he has to say are the amazing things about her and how she helped him to be the man that he is right now. Indeed, he worships her every chance he gets. But many are saying that Marjorie is not the same girl behind closed doors. With all the beautiful words that Steve is always saying about his wife, it should be no surprise to know that the family man himself is afraid of her. He probably thinks that a huge part of his success was thanks to Marjorie. One staff member of the Steve Harvey Show made an interesting statement about Marjorie. This insider revealed what she is really like behind closed doors.
She was complimentary. She said she looked good from her pictures, that Marjorie wasn't there. She hasn't seen her in person, and that if Marjorie had been home, they probably wouldn't have been invited over.
According to some news, Shirley Strawberry, one of Steve's co-hosts, has shared not-so-good details about Steve's wife. It was allegedly from a leaked phone call where Strawberry was caught venting out some thoughts about Marjorie.
All right, Steve, I'm going to just start by saying that my estranged husband is in jail. He's been in jail for over a year since about right after the 4th of July of 2022. And recently, some phone calls from last year between he and I were leaked. And on those calls, you hear me saying you were winded going up the stairs at your home, and Marjorie looks at us as the help.
Rumor has it that it was Shirley's partner that she was speaking to, Ernest Williams. The latter is imprisoned currently for a different alleged crime. Anyway, during the said phone call, Shirley started with how beautiful the home of the Harveys is. She even mentioned the spa and gym inside. Shirley said, Marjorie has her own spa, her own workout room. She could go in there and get massages every day. People come to her house and work her out and all of that. I was like, oh my God, what a dream.
Come to her house and
Damn.
and work her out and all of that. I was like, oh God, what a dream.
Listening to this, there was really nothing wrong about how she was gushing about it. But wait until you hear the rest of what she said. After sharing the details about the house, she went on to her observation about Marjorie's physical appearance. Shirley mentioned that yes, she is still beautiful in pictures, but she's not really seeing much of her recently. When asked by Williams if Marjorie was at the gathering that Shirley attended, she said, no, she's not there. If she was there, we probably wouldn't have been all over the house. You know, he's scared. I knew I wasn't supposed to be in there, but he brought us in.
Good on her pictures.
Oh, she ain't there?
No, she's not there. If she was there, we probably wouldn't have been all over the house.
Ooh, the shade. So, does this mean that Steve does not have the liberty to invite people over to his house when Marjorie is around? We thought he said that she is warm, welcoming, and motherly. The alleged conversation went on, and Shirley continued with, he was happy to see us. He always invites us over there, and we never go. Because I don't know if she's there. You know, she's, nope, she looks at us as the help, you know. It is what it is. Okay, now we kind of get it. These people, and probably more, are also distant to Marjorie because she tends to look down on them. Come on, we all get it. Steve is at the top, he is a household name, and his success is unquestionable. But Marjorie should keep in mind that Steve worked hard to be there as well. When he was just starting, she was not there. She did not even give him the chance, even though the first time that they met in the 90s, Steve showed interest in her already. This is something that fans have been talking about lately as well. It is the fact that when Steve was already famous and tried to reconnect with Marjorie, she jumped into the opportunity right away. A fashionable girl like her definitely needs a man to support her lavish lifestyle, and who else could do it better than Steve, right? Their love story has been shared by Steve a couple of times on TV. Moreover, when Steve introduced Marjorie to his biological children, the twins specifically did not want him to get married to her. They too were probably sensing some bad vibes from Marjorie. Steve once shared about their first encounter. He said, the first thing I said to Marjorie was, excuse me, I don't know who you are, but I'm going to marry you one day. Well, Steve, that is some kind of manifestation right there. But because of the cheating issues that started the drama between Marjorie and Steve, their perfect reputation and story that Marjorie worked so hard for people to believe in is slowly falling apart. Their facade is being uncovered, and people are saying to the people that they really are behind the cameras. I mean, a big blended family like theirs is impossible to be perfect. There are always ups and downs in any family, and they are no different. And it does not take a genius to know that all these people and online personalities who are trying very passionately to make it look like their lives are perfect are probably struggling to put their lives into order. After all the advice that Steve shared to his fans and viewers, all those words of motivation and positivity still left him blindsided by his own wife. There is something wrong with that, you know? Being the man who always talks about relationships and then all of a sudden being caught up in their relationship chaos. Does this mean that Steve is all about talk and his relationship is really not as fairy tale-like as what their fans try to believe in? Also, ain't he the one who should also be keeping the order in the family, especially that his biological children are part of this blended family of his? Maybe this is the reason why Steve is always praising Lori, Marjorie's daughter, and always supporting her despite the issues she is involved in. Because again, he is afraid of Marjorie and her wrath, so he just has to always be on her good side and be a good follower of hers. So fam, are Marjorie's true colors showing, or is she going to pretend that none of these rumors ever got leaked? Drop your thoughts down in the comments. Spill that tea. And of course, don't forget to hit that like button if you're living for this whirlwind of drama, subscribe so you never miss a moment of celebrity scoop, and prepare yourselves for the next jaw-dropping episode. Until next time, stay fabulous, and now check out this next story. Bye-bye!